Hey guys, welcome back to the Magfed Ranch Paintball channel. And today I'm going to be doing a review of the Lapco 14-inch first strike ready, or first strike, I guess, capable rifled barrel. Okay, but before we get into it, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, share, and comment. Alright guys, I really wanted to try the Lapco FSR barrel, is because this is my first try of it, because all the other barrels that you guys see on our markers that we use are hammerhead barrels, okay? The hammerhead one-shot barrels, okay? And the reason why I wanted to try the Lapco first strike ready or FSR rifled barrel is because I wanted to see, you know, if there was differences, if there was, you know, pros and cons. I wanted, of course, eventually test fire both ones side to side and see which one was more accurate, which one was more consistent, and so, you know, obviously give you guys that review. Well, the other thing I wanted to do was obviously complete another marker build I have on the way for you guys. Okay, and so, you know, check out that out. I'm always trying to find, you know, new builds to do. So this barrel, real quick, I'll take the suppressor off here so you guys can see it. I think that's a really cool feature of the Lapco barrel too, by the way, so I'll get into that in a second. But this barrel is marketed as a 14-inch barrel from Lapco, okay? And, you know, I didn't really know, you know, they weren't really 100% clear on the specifics of, you know, is the 14-inch just the barrel portion, or is the 14-inch included the tip? Obviously, when I got it, I measured it, and just to clarify for you guys, if there was any confusion out there, and Lapco, I'm sorry if you guys made this clear as well too, but it's the full length of the piece, right? So all the way from the back of the barrel to the front of the tip, this 4-prong tip, which I think is really cool looking, guys. Is 14 inches. Now, real quick, I don't want to confuse people. The flash hider that actually came with the barrel is this A2 style flash hider, okay guys? Not this 4-prong style flash hider. The 4-prong style flash hider actually came with the Lapco 9P QDS, their suppressor, okay? Their quick disconnect suppressor, okay? I'm gonna be doing a review on this suppressor in another video, guys, so, you know, make sure you guys check that out as well. So yeah, so this A2 flash hider actually came with the Lapco 14-inch barrel. And so yeah, it's the full length of the whole piece attached together, okay guys? And so I thought I was gonna be doing a 14-inch build, guys, but when I received the barrel, I realized, man, this is a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. I wanted to give you guys some comparisons, okay? This is a 10-inch hammerhead barrel with, of course, the T15 adapter screwed to the end of it to make it work with T15 markers. The cool thing about these T15 adapters that you can get there from First Strike, made by Lapco as well, is you can, you know, depending on the thread pitch that you get, you can attach different barrels to your T15. Obviously, within it, it has obviously the slot for the chamber on your marker where the first strike round goes into from the magazine, and then of course it also has the slot and detent guide here, where it slides into the body of the T15 and twists in and locks down with the set screw. Okay, guys? And then, of course, it also houses the round rubber detents inside as well, too. There's always 2 on either side of the T15. So my point is that first Lapco takes into account this all these pieces together. The tip, this piece, and the barrel length itself. Now, real quick, on the Lapco barrels, guys, this end piece here where the first round cutout is, it's all one solid piece. It doesn't thread off. So on the Lapco barrel, it's all one piece on the rear side. That's the reason why I couldn't screw this off for you guys to show you, right? So I can't screw this off because I've already installed it here on our MR416 marker, right? But just be rest assured that if you guys look at the full length of this hammerhead 10-inch barrel with the A2 tip and that obviously rear adapter, you can see that it's pretty much the exact same length as the 14-inch Lapco barrel. So let me repeat that, right? The 10-inch hammerhead barrel with the T15 rear adapter and the A2 flash hider in the front, all three pieces combined is the same length as the 14-inch Lapco First Strike rifle barrel. Okay? So as you guys can see, this is a 10-inch marker build, and it fit it perfectly, right? I actually, for your guys' comparison, this barrel previously was in this marker. That's why I know. So as you guys can see, it's literally the exact same length, okay? I wanted to give you guys another comparison, an actual 14-inch barrel. So our MR, right, our MR 4A1 I have here has an actual 14-inch barrel on it, right? And because, like I was telling you guys, it has that T15 rear adapter that's threaded, you can thread the barrel out. So I kind of like that. You see that, how you can like screw it out now? And you can literally just remove it to clean or, you know, swab out. And you'll notice that if I put it up to the 14-inch Lapco barrel, you can see that it's about 2 inches longer. Okay? So unfortunately, they don't count the 14 inches of just the barrel portion. They count, you know, the tip and of course their rear adapter as well. And of course you guys can see here, right, on a T15, I'm sorry, on a hammerhead 10-inch barrel versus a 14-inch barrel, how much longer that 14-inch barrel is. So guys, unfortunately, I couldn't use the Lapco 14-inch barrel to do the build I want, but hey, you know, it was a cool surprise because now I was easily able to complete this MR416 look. Let me get this thing on real quick, guys, and I will finish the rest of this review for you guys here. Okay. So now that out of the way, guys, let's go over some of the really cool and different features of the Lapco First Strike rifle barrel. It comes in kind of your standard rifle barrel, or I'm sorry, barrel packaging, right? It's typically two plastic sleeves that slide over, and the barrel slides inside it. It's just, you know, labeled with a sticker as far as what it is. And of course, it also has Lapco's, you know, emblem and logo on it. Okay, guys. So very simple packaging, but hey, most of the barrel just comes in this packaging. Okay. The barrel, I noticed, is a little smaller than the hammerhead barrels. Okay, guys. It's marketed as a .683, whereas the hammerhead barrels are marketed as a .686, okay, or maybe even a .687, okay, so slightly bigger. But that makes a big difference, guys, because the hammerhead barrels, the first strike rounds, slide really pretty much smoothly, easily through this barrel. You could drop a first strike round into the barrel and it would fall out, in essence, okay? Not like it just, there's not a lot of gap between the first strike round and the barrel, but because it's the exact size, it falls out. Whereas because the Lapco barrel is a little undersized, the first strike round sticks in there. And so only firing a few shots through the Lapco barrel so far, guys, I've noticed that it does leave a little bit of the first strike round's plastic shell behind. So a little bit of the residue behind. So I think you're going to have to clean. This is just my guess, but obviously I'll come back to you guys when we do a shooting or accuracy test with this barrel. But I think we're going to have to, clean it out more frequently. Whereas the hammerhead barrels, as long as you don't get a break, it's a lot cleaner. Now, the big question begs is then, which one is more accurate? Is it the undersizing, where obviously the barrel is going to grip the round a little bit more, and in essence, the grooves, the lands on the rifling is actually going to, force the first strike round to spin? Or is it going to be a softer touch, right? The same size, perfectly sized barrel for the round, and that it's just going to, just barely touch it as it twists out. Which one is going to be more accurate? Well, I'm very curious to find out as well too, guys. So definitely check out that video. Look out for that video when I get around to doing it, okay? I think this can be a pro and a con, but personally I think it's going to be more of a con is the fact that the Lapco barrel doesn't have the rear adapter threaded, okay? And the reason for that is because just maintenance, guys, right? If the barrel, for whatever reason, gets something stuck in it, especially with it being undersized, or if it just gets breaks in it and it gets dirty, you can't thread the barrel out. You're going to have to take your marker apart a little bit, and you're going to have to remove that detent in the rear, the screw tightness in the rear here, and then be able to, release the barrel out. And then, of course, when you do that, you're gonna, clean it all out. And then once you have it clean, you're gonna have to put it all back together. So there's gonna be a little bit more disassembly required. Instead of what I just showed you earlier, you can just thread this barrel out to clean it, which I think is a lot more user friendly. So I prefer this style over the Lapco style. In terms of its mounting, I haven't seen a huge difference of, a solid rear mount versus a threaded mount. I mean, once it's threaded in, it's solid. So I haven't seen being that much of an advantage. But I think the disadvantage of not being able to thread your barrel out it can be a thing in real gameplay. So I'm interested to see what that kind of like that real life feedback will be out in the field. Now, one of the cool things, I will say, one of the really, really cool things about this barrel, though, is that it will accept all the Lapco barrel accessories. And so this QDS suppressor that I picked up for this build, I was hoping to do, like I was trying to tell you, I was hoping to do this 14-inch build, but it ended up being a 10-inch build instead, is that you can use the 4-prong flash hider that comes with the QDS suppressor, and it looks very, very similar to the Surefire 4-prong flash hider. You can thread that onto the end of your Lapco barrel now. Real quick too, guys. The Lapco barrel has O-rings in the end and where the flash hider sits. And so it's a really nice made barrel, guys. Very solidly built, O-rings for where things go so they don't back out accidentally. So really well put together products. Watch out for a future video of this suppressor, but it's a really well built suppressor too, guys. But getting back to it, the cool thing is now with this flash hider attached, as you guys can see here, you can literally quick disconnect on and off your suppressor on this marker. How sweet is that? How cool is that? That's like the real, SOCOM freaking setup, right? Their 4-prong flash hider, and then bam, you just, quick mount, quick disconnect the suppressor on and off. You can go suppressor or suppressorless, just like that. No threads, nothing. I think that's pretty sweet. That turned out just as I had hoped, and it blew my mind away, guys. I think that's a really cool freaking setup. I mean, imagine just, playing on the field like this, with just the whole shorty with the suppressor, and then you decide to not go suppressor. You know, you put it into a suppressor pouch that you carry on your rig, right, or on your chest or on your battle belt, and it just keep going play, and have this play now without this extra weight at the end of your barrel. But you want to go look cool, bam, just take it out of your rig, slap that freaking suppressor on, and now you're ready to go freaking silent, right? You know, although it's just looks, right, guys? But dude, that's pretty cool to have that ability to quick disconnect like that. Okay, but anyway, guys, that was the tabletop review of the 14-inch, although it was closer to 10-inch rifle barrel from Lapco. Check you guys on the next one. Bye.